brilliant kids! Welcome to another amazing day to learn and explore English here in grade 2. My name is Teacher Rosalie, always ready to guide you as we begin another adventure. Get ready with your paper, pencil, and self-learning modules and come along with me as my English buddies. There's a lot in English to explore. Be my friend, be my pal, be my English buddy. Last time, we started learning about the two types of texts that you may encounter while reading, the made-up stories and the real stories. Fantasy and reality are also the other terms for these. Can you still remember the differences of these two? Let's see and test your understanding. I have here a flower and a magic wand. If the sentence is talking about reality, help me put the flower beside the sentence. And if it is talking about fantasy, let us put the magic wand beside the sentence. The first sentence is, this story never happened at all. What type of text is described in the given sentence? Correct! Fantasy! There is no historical basis for fantasy stories. So, we shall put the magic wand beside it. Good job! How about this one? It talks about true events. What should we put? A flower? Correct! Reality talks about true events or those things that happen in real life. Great! Here's the next one. It talks about facts or factual events. Should we put a magic wand or a flower? A flower! Great! Because reality talks about facts or factual events. And for the last one, this is for amusement or entertainment purposes only. Should we put a magic wand or a flower? Correct! A magic wand! Fantasy stories are awesome products of our imagination which can amaze and entertain readers at the same time. Great, aren't they? Awesome job, kids! Just remember, fantasy texts are stories that cannot happen in real life, while reality texts are those that can happen in real life. I know! Why don't we have another activity so you can get more practice? This will be easy for you because I know you listened well. Let us use our magic box. Inside this box are pictures of characters we might be familiar with. All we have to do is to identify whether these pictures are from a fantasy story or from a reality story. Then, put these characters inside the correct column they belong to. Are you ready? Here's the first character. Do you know who this character is? This is Humpty Dumpty. Which column should we put Humpty Dumpty in? Fantasy or reality? Correct! Humpty Dumpty should be put in the fantasy story column. Let's have the next one. Oh, look kids! Do you know who he is? He is Dr. Jose P. Rizal, our national hero. What column should we put Dr. Jose P. Rizal in? Good! He should be in the reality story column. Let's see the next character. Oh, the big bad wolf from the story Little Red Riding Hood. Which column shall we put the big bad wolf in? fantasy or reality? Nice! The Big Bad Wolf is a fictional character, so we will place it in the fantasy story column. And our next character is Melchora Aquino, known as Tandang Sora. She is considered the mother of the Philippine Revolution. Yes, in the reality story column. Since we know of her huge contribution in our history, we can consider it as a reality text. And oh, I think this is the last character inside our box. Who could this be? These talking characters are from the story The Tortoise and the Hare. One of my favorite stories. So, where do you think they belong? Fantasy or reality? Correct! There are no talking tortoises and hares in real life, so these characters belong to fantasy stories. Hi kids! Today, we are here in the magical farm, and we are going to meet our friend, Teacher Jennifer. I asked her if she could tour us around the magical farm today, so we'll get to see the different animals found here. Do you want to come with me? Yes! Let's go then! Oh, hello, Teacher Jennifer.
Oh, hello, Teacher Rosie. You're here. Thank you for coming. And hello, English buddies. Remember me? Your friendly learning partner, Teacher Jennifer. Welcome to the Magical Farm, a place for enchanting animals that you may have never seen before.
This is exciting. Oh, I know. Why don't we connect our lesson about fantasy and reality text stories to our tour today?
That sounds cool! Learning while having fun? Wow! I'm excited! So let's go!
Wow! Look at these animals! What animals do you see, kids? Right! These animals are usually seen on a farm. But some of these animals are not ordinary. They seem different.
Well, that's because we are inside the magical farm. Some of the animals here may be different from the ones you see on the real farm. I know! Why don't we play a game, Teacher Rosie?
That sounds fun! I'm sure my English buddies would love to play a game with you right now.
In this game, you will need to identify whether the animals are animals that exist in the real world or if they are animals that exist only in our imagination. We will box the animals that exist in real life and we will encircle the animals that only exist in our imagination.
Did you hear that, kids? This is going to be easy for you, so let's do this. I'll have the first one. Look at the flying horse. Is this animal a real or a fantasy one? Correct! It is an animal that only exists in fantasy stories, so we will encircle it.
That was smart. How about that? A singing mouse. Is it a character in a reality or a fantasy text? Can a mouse really sing? Good! This character is from a fantasy story, so we will encircle it.
Oh, look at that cow eating grass. Can it be a character from a reality text or from a fantasy text? Well, since a cow really eats grass in real life, this can be a character from a reality text. so we will box it.
Oh, this one's cute. I can see a pig drinking from a glass using a straw. That's interesting. Can a pig use a straw? Fantasy or reality? Obviously, this one is a fantasy. Correct. So we will encircle it.
And for the last animal, we have a floating duckling. Is this real or made up? Well, a duckling can really float on water.
This can happen in real life, so this can be an animal in a reality text.
Amazing! We did it! We were able to play the game and identify whether the animals are real or made up. Right, Teacher Jennifer?
That's right! Thanks to your smart English buddies here for being so cooperative.
Come, Teacher Jen. Join us in our classroom and let's read some more examples of reality and fantasy texts.
Sure! Let's go!
Alright, we are back in the classroom. This time, Teacher Jen and I have some short stories that we will read aloud. And you have to determine whether these texts are reality or fantasy ones. Okay? Let's now open our magic book. Let me read the first one.
Once upon a time, a princess with big wings lives in a faraway kingdom. She was known for looking so beautiful and for flying high up in the sky.
What type of text is this? Reality or fantasy? Correct! This is an example of a fantasy story because the character does not exist in real life.
That's nice! How about this one? When we brush our teeth, we should hold our toothbrush properly and at the right level in our mouth. Put enough amount of toothpaste and slightly wash with water. Then, gently brush your inner and outer teeth. Once done, gargle with clean water. Wash your toothbrush thoroughly. What kind of text is this? Reality or fantasy? Correct! This is a reality text because it expresses facts. Good job!
You are really getting it. How about this one? Once upon a time, there was an old mother bird who had 3 little birdlings and not enough food to feed them. So, when they were old enough, she sent them out into the world to seek their fortunes. The 3 little birds would sing in front of other animals to earn food. They also started painting on leaves. This one is also an example of a fantasy text.
Listen to this one. I am the king of all toys in the world, says King Harold. Ha ha ha! I will fly to your house and give you your favorite toy if you will grow up kind and smart. Obviously, this is an example of a fantasy story made to entertain us all.
Oh, and for our last text, people in the Philippines are wearing protective face masks and shields to avoid being infected with the virus. They wash their hands with soap and water and drink vitamins to boost their immune system. What kind of story is this? Reality or fantasy? Reality, correct, since it states events that happen in real life. That was awesome! Thank you so much, Teacher Jennifer, for helping us in understanding reality and fantasy stories.
You are always welcome, Teacher Rose D, anytime.
Now, it's time for our Word of the Day segment.
Our English buddies here are ready and excited to add another word to their vocabulary box. And for today's episode, our word of the day is real.
A story or text is real if it has happened or if it can happen in real life.
Some good examples of reality texts are history, biographies of people, and even scientific procedures that must be accurate and factual. It's fun to learn new words every day, right? How about you? Do you have a favorite word in English? Post that as a comment on our YouTube channel, and who knows, it might be the next word to be featured in our next episode's Word of the Day segment. This is Teacher Jennifer at your service and always happy to give you brand new words every day.
Thank you for being great buddies today. Always remember that reading both fantasy and reality stories exercises our minds by building on our existing knowledge and stretching our imagination. I am really happy that we learned so much together. I hope to see you again very soon. And don't forget, you can always rewatch our adventures and more exciting episodes on DepEd TV's YouTube channel and DepEd Commons. Until then, this has been Teacher Rosie, always ready to guide you for more English adventures. Because here in Grade 2, exploring English is always exciting. See you soon!